Micah. The crash in 2008 wasn't the first financial crisis in this country, and I hate to break it to you, it won't be the last. Millions of people lost huge chunks of their retirement savings. So how can those same folks prevent another huge loss? Well, joining us now to talk about that and other common retirement questions are two of Southern Nevada's premier retirement advisors. It's Abe Ashton and Nick Strobelt. They're from Ashton Strobelt, and they're fondly referred to as Nevada's retirement brothers, and they are back with more. Gentlemen, great to have you.
Yeah,
welcome back from vacation.
Thank you. I'm happy to be back from vacation. You're not invited again the next time.
Wow.
Make sure he knows.
Heartbreaking.
Doesn't get to come.
There's definitely a brotherhood here.
Yeah, of course,
horrible,
of course.
horrible every day.
Let's break down some of these most common retirement questions that you see. One is addressing a biggie, and especially here in the Valley, where a lot of people were affected by the recession, the crash in 2008. How can we protect our retirement savings from significant swings in the market?
Yeah, I think this is a great question. And one way I'll bring it up is something we struggle with here a little bit in Las Vegas is you've heard of age-appropriate dressing or age-appropriate wardrobe?
Yes.
Okay, so there's also age-appropriate investments. All right, the older you get, the more conservative you should be. So some people, if they're 25, 30, 35 years old and there's another big market dip at some point, probably have the time, the income, the contributions that they'll be able to weather that well.
Yeah.
But if you're over 50 years old, I mean, if you can see retirement coming 5, 10, 15 years down the road, it's time to have a much more conservative approach. So even if you had a plan where you're saying, hey, half of my money is in something fixed or something secure while the other half of my money is in equities or stocks, at least you know, even if you lost 50% in equities, you're only losing 50% of the 50, and a 25% loss. I'm doing all this math in my head, trying to keep up. But a 25% loss at that point may be more manageable, may be easier to stomach than, say, if you'd lost half of your retirement savings.
So as you age, you got to ramp down the aggressive.
You got to be more conservative. Yeah, you just have to.
Yeah, and what we try to help people avoid is a hodgepodge and hunch type strategy. There's little pieces of investments that they've accrued over the years, and there's really no overall plan that encompasses why this investment complements this investment. And so we're avoiding the hodgepodge and hunch into a sizable plan that can create lifetime income is something that people need to transition to the closer they get to retirement.
All right, cool. Now, question number two. This is a big question for people. How much money should I be saving in the first place? How much should I have to be able to maintain my lifestyle today when I retire?
A little bit more than you think you can.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. Everybody doesn't think most people think they can't put any away right now. We all have the same issues where we're struggling with getting kids through school, saving for college, saving for the vacation. We've got Christmas coming up already. We just barely paid off last Christmas, and we've got Christmas coming in a few months around the corner after we get through summer vacations. And you think, how much can I actually put away for retirement? It's good just to set a straight percentage. You know, if you can get to a point where you can put 10% of your income away towards the retirement, and if there's a company 401k.
Oh, if you're not matching at least what they match.
You've got to at least put in what they're willing to match, right? If they're saying, hey, we're going to match up to 3% or up to 5%.
It's free money.
Go ahead and do that. But don't put in more than that amount. Then go to your Roth IRA. If you qualify for a Roth IRA, put in just what the company's willing to match, and then put in your Roth IRA contributions as well.
What's the difference between a 401k and a Roth IRA?
So 401k is one that the company's going to match. It's an employer-sponsored program. The Roth IRA is one you can do on your own. Now, there are Roth 401ks. That's a whole other segment.
Yeah.
But a traditional Roth IRA is one that you can contribute to after tax dollars go in. Tax-free growth for your entire life until you start taking your money out once you're over the age of 59 and a half years old.
Awesome. Okay. Medicare. Let's say that we're going into retirement. Medicare's there, hopefully, for our medical expenses. Will it cover everything?
Covers everything, right?
Almost. Not quite. Not quite.
Okay.
I wish it did, but it doesn't. Many people have to supplement by getting Part B, and there's special advisors out there that specialize in Medicare services. And so if you have the basic Medicare, it's great. You know, it's great insurance, but there's definitely supplements that are very helpful and not very expensive either. And so we can point you to the right direction on an advisor that specializes that specific niche.
Don't make the mistake of thinking that Medicare covers long-term care or home health care. That's not what Medicare is for. You have to have another plan altogether. If you've had one of your parents in home health care or long-term care, you know how expensive it is. So make sure that you have a plan. You don't have to take 20% of your income right now and save it towards home health care. But do you have a plan on how you could address those potential healthcare needs later on?
And by the time I retire, who knows what the landscape's going to look like? It could cover everything. It could cover nothing.
Home health care, we'll just take you out in the desert and shoot you.
There we go. There it is. I'm in Mountain's Edge. You just have to walk about 50 feet.
There you go.
So at what point then should we be restructuring our portfolio to kind of downsize the risk we were talking about earlier? Is as time goes on, you become less aggressive, a little more conservative. Should I do it every year, every 5 years, every 10? How often should I be coming in?
Yeah,
to
so
downsize?
looking at decades in your 20s and 30s, look at each decade as such. Okay, as I get into my 50s, it's time to be a little more conservative. If I'm still working into my 60s, be a little more conservative. The problem is we see in the financial services industry, people are going to one advisor who's one product peddler, or another financial planner who sells this particular stock or these particular mutual funds. By the time we see them, they really want a comprehensive plan and a comprehensive strategy, but they have all these, like Nick said, a hodgepodge and a hunch different products without any cohesion, without any real plan.
Yeah.
And so the key is, as you're getting to the age of 50 years old, you should be in our office, coming in for one of these complimentary consultations where we'll sit down and we'll take all of the hodgepodge and we'll create a plan for you that shows how you can get there from here.
Makes some sense.
When you can take some income, when you can actually retire, what Social Security is going to look like. We'll build the whole plan together with you.
Because the whole purpose is that if another 2008 event happens again, or another stock market crash, we don't want that to deter your retirement plans. And so the proper plan can make it so your retirement date can stick no matter what happens. And that's the right kind of plan that we want to create.
Absolutely, we have to go. I will point out your socks very quickly.
Yeah, vacation
You are on
socks.
vacation, and these are kind of like a little bit of a beachy
palm
situation.
trees
Hold
and
on,
all
we
that
have the camera here. We're going to try to pull up really quickly. Huh? Oh, camera's dead. All right, never mind. But they look very nice.
Yeah, thank you.
They were
I'm
so
very happy
beautiful,
that they
you
work.
killed the camera. Way to go, Abe. Boom. Gentlemen, great having you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you have a burning retirement question for the brothers, you can ask them yourself. Email your question to questions@retirementbrothers.com. Keep your questions brief and make sure that you include your name and phone number, and Abe and Nick may answer your question right here on the Morning Blend. And if you want that question answered in person, you can schedule a complimentary appointment with the Retirement Brothers. The number to call is 702-900-8177. Dress to impress. Wear those good socks. And you can also learn more about Ashton Strobel by visiting their website, ashtonstrobel.com. They also have their very own radio show that airs on 3 different stations in the area. They're the Ryan Seacrest
We're famous.
of Las Vegas.
Kind of a big deal.
Pretty impressive. Stay with us. We'll be back.